The way that I stack has changed drastically over this last couple of years, and none more so in the last 6 months, where I have been focusing very much not on what you might expect, the bullion grade silver, but instead on collectibles. So today I want to talk about why I am no longer buying silver in bullion form. It's just not right for me anymore. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to another Precious Metal Ramble. Today I want to talk about my own stacking strategies for 2022 and beyond, because they have evolved quite considerably over this last couple of years, with this kind of culminating last 6 months where I've been focusing on proof coins, collectible numismatics. I think collectibles are one of the big things for the future. Bullion grade silver, I'm afraid, is going to be taking a back seat to my stacking strategies. As much as I love a big chunky 100 ounce bar, I'm not going to be adding any more of these in the near future to my stack. So I want to talk through some of the reasonings for my own decisions. Hopefully that will give you guys a little bit of an overview of what to consider if you're in a similar boat. Please remember, this is not a financial advice video, it's simply me talking at the camera about my own opinions as it relates to me. And if you are enjoying the video as we go and enjoying these coins, hit that thumbs up button because it really does help everything here on YouTube. So let's kick off with the most unpopular opinion that I think will happen for a lot of you out there. I have come to the decision that bullion grade silver in coin form, whether it be Eagles, Maples, Britannias, the Queen's Beast series, they're not for me anymore. I used to, and I do have a significant foundation stack of them, so that is a kind of a good blessing to have. I've managed to accumulate them before having this change of sentiment, and that I think also brings in a little bit of the reasoning why I'm not too bothered about stacking them anymore for now. Because the premiums on these things are just too high, too damn high. We've seen quite the evolution of premium growth in silver over this last couple of years, with, for us in the UK, Brexit being the kind of key instigator of that, where we were no longer able to get tax-free silver at sale, and then we had the coronavirus pandemic, which pushed availability and premiums up, and then compounded by the silver squeeze movement. I just don't think that this stuff here is for me. And to put it in perspective, I see it all the time. I see people talking in email, on forums, on YouTube comments of videos that I've done going, why is silver price £17 an ounce, but the cheapest ounce of silver I can buy from a dealer, £29 an ounce? It's simply down to that supply chain, that premium, the growth that's on there. I say premium growth, it's just not even growth, it's premium at the moment. And in fact, that premium, I think, is coming down. I've seen a reduction in the sort of the average premiums out there. And to be quite frank, that is something that's concerning for me. If I'm buying this stuff with the VAT, with the premium on top of it, and then silver price drops, I'm stuck holding the bag with this stuff. Now, it's not to say that I'll never buy a little piece of bullion grade silver or coin form silver again. It just means I won't be buying kind of en masse. Traditionally I would have bought, like with this, just a mixed roll of silver Eagles, or with the exception of this one here, which was a lovely gift by a subscriber. So big thank you to them for sending that through. It wasn't something I was looking to buy, but adding the odd thing here and there is fine. But in terms of adding significant weight to my stack right now, it's just not the right thing for me. It really isn't. I don't think that this stuff has enough room to grow in the short term. Now, in the long term, maybe. And if you are stacking right now and you've been caught up in the silver squeeze, for example, and you've had a load of silver come out at relatively high premiums, then for a long-term hold, I think it'll be all right. But for me, not so much. Now, over that last sort of 2.5 years of this premium growth, I've been focusing on gold, and gold certainly has been a lot more achievable for me in terms of premiums and liquidity, and making sure that it's not risking too much, all the eggs in one basket. So I will be continuing to add the odd little piece of bullion gold, but the vast majority of my budget right now, and again, I've got a foundation stack of gold, which is informing a lot of the decisions that I'm making around that. But what I think right now, certainly for 2022 anyway, is a real potential winner are the proof coins that are coming out from the Royal Mint and various others. Now, I'm not sponsored by the Royal Mint. I buy all of their coins on my own, and over this last 6 months, I've really kind of stepped up my buying of them, and I've enjoyed it. I have, and that's, I think, a really important thing. And not only that, there's been this huge kind of uptake and resurgence, I think, of kind of Royal Mint's products and their ability to command a good return, even in the short term, but also in the slightly longer term too. We're seeing some really good returns on things like the earlier Queen's Beast series coins, for example, the 1 ounce silvers. I remember when they were first coming out that the 1 ounce silvers in the proof form were like 75, 80 pounds issue price, but they were selling for like 50 or 60 on eBay at the time. Now you're lucky if you can find one of the lions, one of the dragons, one of the what's the next one, the unicorn. You're lucky if you can find them under 200 pounds. Really, really great returns on those coins, and I think that it's only testament of how much potential there is for the sort of proof market. And I think that's the same kind of, you say the proof market, but it's really just a collectibles market. When you look at this whole world, this crazy world that we're in right now, there's this huge resurgence going on right now of other collectibles that are exceptionally highly valued by individual collectors. Whether it's Lego, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Magic the Gathering, or whether it's Dungeons and Dragons books, there are huge collectors markets for these things. And I saw a great video from Spectacular the other day. If you've not sort of subscribed to his channel, well worth a look. It's wonderful. But he did a video all about how Lego sets are vastly outperforming gold and silver, and he's damn right. I mean, I've got some Magic the Gathering sets which are at the moment worth 3 or 4 times what I paid for them, and so potentially cashing out on those is absolutely a yes. It's wonderful, but I also think holding some of them for the long term too, because collectibles, in my opinion, are unique, are different. And the key thing that makes them different to, for example, having a proof coin versus a bullion coin, even in gold like this, these bullion coins, maybe gold's the wrong example. Let's go back to the silver, for example. So having a silver bullion coin like the Eagle, there will be millions of them. There will be a defined vintage. It won't be infinite, but there will be an awful lot of Eagles out there. But coins sets like this 4-coin sovereign set from the Royal Mint, I forget the exact mintage, but it's low, it's not high. Yeah, there you go, 500 as a mintage of this presentation. With each individual coin mintage there, you can see so there's 1,300 of these doubles. So that's the kind of lowest within this. So there's really, very limited scope for people around the world to have this. And I think that when you have a couple of years pass and people look back at this defining moment of the Jubilee celebrations here in the United Kingdom, which will not happen again for hundreds of years probably. With life expectancies going up and up, it will take some travesty, some horrible accident, or just really, really bad luck for another monarch to get on the throne very early in their life and reign for 70 or more years. So it's, I think, once in a generational type chance here, and it was really interesting to see somebody mention the other day when the Strike on the Day sovereign, so those are the proof sovereigns, but there's a Strike on the Day sovereign that was released from the Royal Mint over this last weekend, and somebody did the maths. With 7.8 billion people in the world, it's like 0.0000001% of the world has one of those coins. And when you put it like that, those are rare, those are desirable, and with all the people in the world, I think that those those coin sets will have a buyer somewhere. Someone will want to buy that at some point in the future. Now, the only issue that I have with these coins is around their liquidity, about their ability to sell quickly. And I've been doing quite a lot of kind of backseat watching. Is that the right word? The sort of armchair watching of auctions of different Royal Mint coins that have gone on to do very well, for example, at auction. And all we've got to do is look at the likes of the Una and the Lion and the Three Graces to see that there are some really ridiculous prices being paid for some of these coins. I think that's a slightly inflated example of that market, but I do think that there are a lot of people out there who are very, very keen and very hot on this as they kind of focus on their collectible market. And I do think it's got legs for the future. That said, risky. It is risky, and I understand the risk. I know that there are a lot of avenues whereby a lot of the coins might not do very well. But at the same time, I do think that they have more potential than bullion grade stuff. You've just got to look at how silver's reacted in this last few years of the pandemic to just understand that, well, hang on, for whatever reason, silver hasn't gone parabolic, even though we've got record levels of borrowing and debt, and we went through literally a global pandemic, and yet there is no, $50 silver, $100 silver. It's still where it was basically just before just a little bit above, but basically where it was before the pandemic struck. So for me, I do think that there are more potential gains to be had from proof collectibles, from things like this, but it is going to vary from other people. Now, I'm not going to deny that there are potential gains to be had on the premiums of this stuff here. If you had your Eagles, or if you can find your Eagles at a decent premium, then yeah, I think they are still a good deal. If somebody came up to me tomorrow with a 100-ounce bar of silver like this and said, would you like to buy it off me at spot price, I'd probably be quite hard pushed to say no, but that's simply because the inner kind of profit maker in me could say, well, I could buy it off you at spot and I could probably sell it for £2 or £3 profit per ounce, over spot the next day, which is kind of part of the problem, because now you do get this almost like inflated market for this stuff where people expect that they should be able to get higher prices for it. You look at the bullion dealers' buyback prices, and a lot of the time it is spot, certainly for things like this bar here. But then you go on the second-hand market like Facebook or the Silver Forum or even Instagram, even here on YouTube, and you see that this stuff really does not go for spot price. Even in the US, these things, silver will go for higher than spot at the moment. So there's this kind of inflated market where realistically this bar, it's a spot price investment. In the UK, we have a slightly different market because of the premiums on things, the sheer lowest amount that somebody could buy silver for. But in, for example, the US, you can still buy silver in their big forms like this for a couple of dollars over spot price. But you do find that it is harder to get that return back. And I saw another great video. I've been watching quite a little bit of the Silver Tube community at the moment, but I saw a great video from Silver Seeker, who rang round a number of different bullion dealers and coin stores to find out what their buy prices were for US Eagles. And some were not offering good prices. A couple were, but some very much just even below spot price for some of the silver that he had in that phone call example. So I think it is fascinating right now, and the proof coin market I do think has quite more legs to be had than the kind of bullion grade market, but it's kind of be individual for each person. I'm sitting at a kind of blessed viewpoint because I do have this foundation stack of gold and silver already. I have got the the stack there ready in the background for that kind of longer term. For me right now, though, the money that I have that I want to invest is going into these kind of collectibles. I do think they've got lots of legs for the future, and I'd love to know what you think. I mean, this is just beautiful. This set is wonderful. I think it's desirable. I think that you've just got to look at the examples on the market right now. One thing that I do want to follow up on this video, and let me know if you want to hear more about this next bit of topic, because I want to end the video now. But I think that the Royal Mint have been treading a fine line with the volume that they've been putting out right now. It is interesting to see how many coins they're putting out and how popular everything is becoming. There's certainly, I think, a little bit of a inflated market in that sense, that there's perhaps more demand than I think that they think there is, because a lot of the people who are buying this stuff are instantly flipping it, which is fine. People like flipping, but anyway, I will maybe do that in its own video about how the Royal Mint is perhaps doing it quite a lot right now. There's a lot of coins coming out, but it is a pretty special year with 2022's Jubilee. So who knows? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're in a similar situation and you're done with bullion grade silver, then let me know. I'd be fascinated to find out quite how many people are in a similar boat, even if you're in the US, because I think there's quite a lot of people who are certainly kind of coming around to the fact that really silver has got these higher premiums for not really any good reason other than the dealers wanting to cash in on prices, or various different Reddit groups hyping it up and making it sound better than it is. So lots of interesting insights to be had. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.